What's going on, CK Nation? It's your boy, the Boss Man CK, and on today's episode of CK Motorsports Full Throttle, we're traveling back to a place in the mountains where it echoes with the mixed roar of NASCAR stock cars, a place many younger fans have never heard of, but one that helped shape the sport we love. Today, we're headed to Asheville-Weaver Speedway in beautiful Weaverville, North Carolina. Today, football games are played where legends once drifted through the high bank turns, but before North Buncombe High School stood here, this was one of the fastest and most exciting short tracks in America. So, buckle up, and remember, we're all gas, no brakes, full throttle for Kyle, and let's go visit Asheville-Weaver Speedway. So, the story begins in 1949 when local businessman Gene Slaughter had carved out an airstrip on his property. NASCAR founder Bill France Sr. reportedly convinced Slaughter that the land would make an even better racetrack than an airport. Soon, bulldozers transformed the mountainside into a steeply banked half-mile dirt oval. The Speedway officially opened on August 20th, 1950, and quickly became Western North Carolina's first NASCAR-sanctioned speedway. The banking was aggressive for its day as well. Drivers quickly named it the fastest half mile anywhere. Unlike many dirt tracks of the era, Asheville-Weaver Speedway let fans park on the surrounding hillsides, creating a drive-in style view experience with spectacular mountain scenery. So you got to figure back then, when you go, if you pay for a ticket, like general admission or something, you were able to park up on the hillside, and you could probably see everything. You could probably see the whole track from there. And yeah, so imagine that you could do that without, only 1 year after opening, NASCAR Grand Series arrived. On July 29th, 1951, Fonny Flock dominated the inaugural Premier Series race. Over the next 18 seasons, Asheville-Weaver Speedway hosted 34 top-level NASCAR races and welcomed nearly every superstar of the sport's golden age. If you could drive a stock car in the 1950s and 1960s, you probably raced here because everybody from everywhere was coming. I mean, everybody wanted to race at Asheville-Weaver Speedway. Names like Bob Flock, Tim Flock, Lee Petty, Herb Thomas, Fireball Roberts, Rex White, Junior Johnson, Cotton Owens, Ralph Earnhardt, Fred Lorenzen, Ned Jarrett, David Pearson, Richard Petty, Bobby Allison, Bobby Isaac, and the list goes on and on, like a NASCAR Hall of Fame roll call. Those superstars came and raced at Asheville-Weaver Speedway. So you can imagine how packed out that place was every week when they would come, or when they would come. If it wasn't every week, but when they would come, you can imagine how packed out that joint was. The original Speedway was pure Carolina red clay. Cars slid through every corner, throwing rooster tails of dirt into the grandstands. And in 1957, the track was paved, allowing even faster speeds and bringing bigger crowds. The annual Western North Carolina 500 became one of the region's signature stock car races. The asphalt didn't tame the track, it just simply made it faster. Drivers had almost no room for error. The concrete walls were unforgiving. Mechanical failures often meant spectacular crashes, and fans loved every second of it. And again, how could you not love it? Majority of the fans that you talk to for NASCAR or anything like that, they'll tell you, my wife is one of them. She loves the racing, but she really loves the crashes. So she probably would have loved this place when crashes happen. We don't look. And that's the thing too. You want to make clear. I don't think fans love the crashes to watch drivers get hurt. We just love the way they look and how the drivers can, majority of the time, walk away from stuff like that. Like Austin Dillon. When Austin Dillon crashed at Daytona, everybody thought, oh man, he's gone. And he walked away with no problem. Car tore all to pieces, engine out on the infield and everything. But yet, Austin Dillon was able to walk away thanks to safety features. So I think that's why fans like the crashing. It's not more or less to watch the drivers get hurt. It's more the spectacle of how it occurs and how it looks. Long before Richard Petty became the king, he learned valuable lessons on tracks exactly like Asheville-Weaverville. Richard Petty earned 4 Grand National victories at Asheville-Weaverville Speedway between 1963 and 1967. His father, Lee Petty, had already built a winning legacy at the same speedway years earlier. The Petty family wasn't alone, though. David Pearson captured 2 victories in 1968, and Ned Jarrett won there twice. Rex White claimed multiple victories and became one of the circuit's greatest short track specialists. Every weekend seemed to feature another Hall of Famer battling through the North Carolina mountains. Not every chapter was glorious, though. In August 1961, during the Western North Carolina 500, the newly paved surface began breaking apart. Officials called the race early for safety reasons. Thousands of angry fans refused to leave the track. Some blocked exits, demanding refunds, and tensions escalated into one of the most infamous fan disturbances in NASCAR history before crews and law enforcement finally restored order. It became another unforgettable chapter in the colorful history of mountain racing. By the late 1960s, suburban growth, changing economics, and increasing complaints about race noise were closing in on the Speedway. The final major NASCAR race was held in 1969, and the property was later sold. And in 1974, it was acquired for what would become North Buncombe High School, preserving little visible evidence of the legendary oval beneath today's athletic facilities. But if you stand quietly on that campus and the wind is just right, you can almost hear the thunder of Richard Petty's Plymouth, David Pearson's Ford, Bobby Allison's Ford, and Bobby Isaac's Dodge charging into turn one. And like I said, what a great racetrack that would have been to be at. Like I said, you're seeing all the superstars come rolling through there, running on dirt, running races there. Great night. I would have, I don't know, I guess I would have loved to have been there just to see the people have a outbreak or a riot over the asphalt cracking in the middle of the race, and then you got millions of fans, or not million, but thousands of fans, just aggravated, mad because they're here to see a race, and now it's called short. Yeah, I could, because I mean, they say, Southerners love their racing, mount, and that was good old mount racing back then. So again, if you're ever in beautiful Weaverville, North Carolina, and you happen to stop by North Buncombe High School, just remember that at one time, in one day, at at a time and day, there was a speedway there called Asheville-Weaverville Speedway. And like I said, you can hear and just stand there and listen and pretend that you can hear the thunder and roars of Richard Petty's Plymouth, Dave Pearson's Ford, Bobby Allison's Ford, and Bobby Isaac's Dodger Charger charging into turn one. And just stand there and think about what history was there and how NASCAR was once a thing there. So, with that being said, I just like I said again, thank you guys for following, subscribing to the channel. We did have a little technical difficulties with this past Thursday's episode of the Full Throttle. Don't know why it messed up, but it did. So we were only able to post it on TikTok. So if you have or you're following us on TikTok, you're able to see that episode. Other than that, I apologize for those inconveniences. Again, still learning on the editing side for me as well on all this. But again, continue to follow the channel, subscribe to the channel, continue to like and subscribe to it. And like I said, I do this for you guys to show our love for motorsports and share it with you, because like I said, I do this every week for you guys. So, alright, I'm the boss man, CK, and remember, we're all gas, no brakes, full throttle for Kyle, and I'll see y'all on the next episode of the CK Motorsports Full Throttle.